For most creators, a new video follows a predictable, frustrating pattern. It gathers momentum, reaches the 48-hour mark, and then simply stops. In that immediate post-upload window, a video relies on the enthusiasm of an existing subscriber base. They receive notifications, they click, and they feed the recommendation system its very first batch of performance data. Looking at this standard graph, we see what happens next. The trajectory surges, but at the 48-hour limit, the engine severs distribution, leaving a horizontal line. When creators see this inflection point, they assume their content is flawed or the system is broken. This abrupt cessation is a programmed feature, a hard-coded requirement for a specific volume of performance data before the system allocates further impressions. During this 48-hour window, the algorithm tests every upload against specific statistical thresholds to determine long-term viability. To bypass this halt, we have to look at the exact mathematical boundaries required to sustain distribution. Surviving the first 2 days is about proving a video's statistical value to an automated system at scale. This analytics dashboard isolates the performance parameters for a standard 10-minute upload. For a video of this length to survive algorithmic testing, it must satisfy 2 distinct requirements. The first is the baseline retention metric. The video must retain viewers for an average of exactly 3 minutes, or 30% of its total runtime. If the average view duration drops below this 3-minute line, the system registers the video as a failure, assuming audience dissatisfaction and terminating distribution. Retention that pushes to 3.5 or 4 minutes, crossing into this upper 35 to 40% range, triggers a strong positive signal, forcing the algorithm to push the video harder. But high retention alone won't sustain momentum if the algorithm cannot secure the second critical metric, the click-through rate. Click-through rate generates a lot of false positives early on. Loyal subscribers click on uploads almost immediately, temporarily inflating the numbers. We can observe the true algorithmic test here. The initial click-through rate starts high, but as the impression counter pushes toward 100,000, the metric naturally decays and must stabilize within this 5 to 10% target zone. Holding a 5 to 10% click-through rate against 100,000 broad impressions proves to the machine learning engine that the title and thumbnail appeal to people outside the immediate subscriber base. An initial spike in immediate subscriber interest means nothing if the packaging fails to capture attention at scale. This introduces a mechanical problem. Creators often optimize a video perfectly, hit these retention and click-through benchmarks, and still watch their views flatline. This network diagram illustrates the underlying mechanism of audience seeding. When a channel releases an upload, it fires those initial impressions directly at a specific cluster of viewers based on the channel's historical data. The system tests every new upload strictly against the profile of people who have already shown interest in your previous topics. Consistent topic alignment ensures these targeted viewers engage, providing the machine learning engine with the initial proof that the video belongs to this audience profile. The system breaks down entirely when a creator introduces topic variants by abruptly pivoting away from their core subject matter. If you suddenly upload a video about a completely different subject, the algorithm still relies on the only data it has, sending those new, unaligned impressions to your historical audience. When these unaligned impressions hit your established audience, they ignore it. The nodes reject the data, and the metrics immediately collapse. While the production quality might remain high, the audience simply ignores the new topic. The machine learning engine reads this specific disinterest as a catastrophic failure in both click-through rate and retention. The algorithm responds by severing distribution before the video can ever be tested against the people who actually want to watch it. Niche consistency is a strict data continuity requirement. Without it, the machine learning engine cannot accurately seed your content. Even if you maintain perfect topic consistency and hit every statistical threshold, a distinct scenario exists where inferior videos vastly outperform optimized ones. This bar chart compares 2 uploads. Video B holds exceptional watch time and click-through rates, with micrometrics that are statistically superior to Video A in every category. Yet, looking at total scale, Video A pulls triple the view count. Mathematically, a video with weaker micrometrics should not command triple the total distribution of a highly optimized counterpart. The discrepancy exists because micrometrics like retention and click-through rate only measure performance within a static, isolated pool of attention. The overriding variable here is macro trend volume. Video A is attached to a subject that a massive platform-wide audience is actively seeking out at this exact moment. Aligning a video with a surging cultural topic lowers the click friction across the entire platform. People are highly motivated to engage with the subject, regardless of whether the thumbnail is perfect or the editing is flawless. This massive expansion of the available impression pool overrides the necessity for perfect micrometrics. The algorithm has abundant data proving widespread demand. A perfectly optimized video confined to a stagnant topic will consistently lose to a statistically average video surfing a massive cultural data surge. Retention thresholds, audience seeding, and macro trends all operate within a single overarching algorithmic framework. This calendar illustrates the primary requirement of that framework: continuous data input. An erratic, scattered upload schedule generates chaotic data. When a creator posts irregularly, then disappears for weeks, the machine learning engine loses confidence in the audience profile it has built. Massive temporal gaps mean the system lacks recent viewer behavior to reference. Upon the next upload, the algorithm essentially has to restart the audience seeding process from scratch. We contrast this with continuous data flow. Evenly spaced, reliable uploads create a stable profile, allowing the algorithm to recognize exactly who to target. This consistency builds algorithmic trust. The continuous supply of engagement data smooths out statistical bumps of individual uploads. Bypassing the 48-hour flatline requires a convergence of factors: surpassing baseline retention and click-through thresholds, maintaining historical seeding continuity, and leveraging macro attention. The recommendation engine is a cold mathematical system that prioritizes predictability and verifiable scale. Escaping the 2-day plateau is a rigorous systemic exercise in feeding the precise required data to an automated engine, exactly when it expects it.